I can't laugh hard enough because this is bullshit right here. I mean, this can only happen to rich white men. I repeat, rich white men. Because how does a man who is accused of serious allegations of making a minor, Virginia Jeffrey, his sex slave, who was sex trafficked to him by Jeffrey Epstein, and he walks off into the sunset by giving up all his titles? I'm just going to give up all my titles and putting the duty to my family and my country first. Look at me. Do you know how entitled that is? Is this meant to be some form of justice? This isn't justice. He's not experiencing it. Look, this is not suffering. The man is still going to be existing as lavishly as he did before. Not appearing in public ceremonies is neither here nor there. This is all about protecting the royal family's image, not as a form of remorse or repentance for what he's done wrong. He keeps denying these allegations, right, of having sex with a minor and quite frankly, taking advantage of Jeffrey Epstein's sex trafficking. But if he really wanted to clear his name, he had multiple opportunities to do so over many years in a court of law. But him and his family chose not to do so. Why? Why? You know why it has a very long tail? Because it has a tale to tell. And that tale is that it was probably highly likely on the balance of probabilities that he will be found liable. So Mommy Dearest gave him money to go settle with the victim. And now he's been presented as being, just above, that he's put his head above it all and giving up all of this precious title because of his duty to his family and to his country. Bullshit.
What we're about to talk about isn't just another royal headline, it's a full-blown revelation. A slap of truth delivered straight by none other than Dr. Shola Mos-Shogbamimu, one of Britain's most unapologetic truth-tellers. And this time, she's going for the jugular, not against Meghan or Harry, as the tabloids love to do, but against the man the palace tiptoes around, Prince Andrew, the Duke of Entitlement himself. Dr. Shola doesn't mince words. She starts with a bang, laughing at the absurdity of it all, and she's absolutely right. What we've seen unfold around Prince Andrew isn't accountability. It's not justice. It's the performance of consequence without the substance of it. Let's be honest, only a rich white royal man could walk away from serious allegations of sexual assault involving a trafficked minor and somehow still live a life of luxury, protected, pampered and defended by one of the most powerful institutions in the world. Dr. Shola calls it exactly what it is. This can only happen to rich white men. She's saying out loud what so many people think, but don't dare to utter the double standards that have defined the royal family for decades. Think about it. Prince Andrew was accused of horrifying acts involving Virginia Jeffrey, who said she was trafficked to him by the late Jeffrey Epstein. And how did he pay for it? By stepping back from public life, by giving up his titles, by claiming he'd put duty to his family and country first. Give me a break. Dr. Shola hits it perfectly when she mocks that narrative. Look at me. I'm just going to give up my titles and serve my country. Do you know how entitled that sounds? Because it's not sacrifice, it's spin. It's a PR shield polished by Buckingham Palace and paraded as virtue. He didn't lose anything that mattered. He simply stepped out of the public eye while remaining royally funded, royally protected, and royally comfortable. And yet the media's outrage machine never sleeps when it's Meghan on the other side of the fence. Meghan holds her baby bump and she's breaking royal protocol. Andrew holds secrets tied to a sex trafficking ring, and somehow he's just a private citizen rebuilding his life. Where's the equality? Where's the accountability? Where's the justice? Dr. Shola cuts through the palace polish. This is not suffering. The man is still living lavishly, no royal eviction, no frozen assets, no public inquiry, just quiet luxury retreating to royal estates while his mother, Queen Elizabeth, quietly paid millions to settle with his accuser. Let that sink in. A monarch using her personal fortune, ultimately funded by taxpayers, to protect her son from public reckoning. Dr. Shola calls it what it is: injustice. This saga has never been about remorse or redemption. It's been about protecting the firm, the family business of appearances. She says this is all about preserving the royal image, not repentance. Every single decision, the interviews, the silence, the staged disgrace, has been meticulously crafted to keep the monarchy clean, while Andrew's mess gets swept under a velvet rug. Now, let's pause and look at the hypocrisy. When Meghan and Harry asked for privacy and peace of mind, they were vilified, accused of abandoning duty. But when Prince Andrew steps down after being tied to a sex trafficking case, suddenly it's the right decision for the family. It's nauseating. Dr. Shola reminds us Andrew had years, countless chances to clear his name in court. But he never did. He hid behind lawyers, privilege and royal walls. If he really wanted to clear his name, he had multiple opportunities. But he and his family chose not to. Why? Because he knew what that courtroom spotlight might reveal. As Dr. Shola brilliantly puts it, why has a very long tail? Because it has a tale to tell. That tale is damning. On the balance of probabilities, she says, it's highly likely he would have been found liable. So instead of justice, we got a payout, a quiet, convenient settlement. Mommy dearest gave him money to settle with the victim, Dr. Shola says with biting irony, and the palace spun it as an act of duty, as if covering up a crime is somehow noble. It's the audacity for me. The palace talks about honour and integrity, yet every move screams cover-up and privilege. And when Dr. Shola ends her statement, she's not just ranting, she's delivering a truth bomb that echoes through history. Because this scandal is bigger than Prince Andrew. It's about the system that protects him, the monarchy, the tabloids, and the establishment that preaches morality but hides corruption. It's about how quickly they rewrite the narrative when it's someone they actually care about. When it's Meghan and Harry, two people who simply dare to love freely and speak honestly, the treatment is the exact opposite. Meghan was dissected, demeaned, and demonized for existing. Andrew was defended, sheltered, and softly rehabilitated for allegedly abusing a trafficked child. That's not just hypocrisy, that's moral bankruptcy. Dr. Shola stands as one of the few voices willing to say enough is enough. Enough protecting predators while punishing truth-tellers. Enough shielding the privileged while shaming the principled. Her words are a wake-up call, a reminder that accountability shouldn't depend on your title, your race, or your connections. And let's be real. If Prince Andrew's name were Harry instead, or if Meghan had even a fraction of that scandal attached to her, the tabloids would still be feeding off it 5 years later. The hypocrisy is staggering. What Dr. Shola exposes is the rotten double standard at the heart of the monarchy, and by extension, the British media that props it up. They love to scream about royal values when Meghan wears the wrong colour. But they whisper when a royal man faces allegations of sexual abuse. So, when we talk about duty, let's redefine it. Real duty is standing for truth. Real duty is calling out injustice. Real duty is not hiding behind palaces, privilege and PR. Dr. Shola Mos-Shogbamimu has once again proven that truth will always be louder than royal silence, if we have the courage to listen. And if you, like us, are tired of the royal hypocrisy, tired of the media's double standards, tired of seeing the good vilified while the guilty get gilded, then stand with the truth. Support voices that refuse to be silenced. Support platforms that don't bow to the palace. Hit that subscribe button. Drop a like if you believe accountability should apply to everyone, royal or not. Tell us in the comments what you think about this blatant double standard. Because here, on the Sussex Unfiltered, we don't protect power, we expose it.